Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove Credit Control Corporation from their credit report, and in many cases, without paying the debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take action. If, for example, you know or you believe that Credit Control Corporation or any of the accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid or any other major issues that are really affecting your life, you may be at a settlement. And in those situations, we work with a network of local attorneys that will be able to work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. But if no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. Give us a call today. Our number will be in the description below, so you can find that. So what I want to do today is I want to go through some of the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one that I have here I think is really important. And that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Credit Control Corporation? Now, I put this one at the top of the list because, we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And I feel for them because few people are really taught how credit and debt work in school, myself included. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And the answer is, fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So you don't need to worry about it. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So now, who is Credit Control Corporation? Why are they on your credit report? Well, they are what's known as a debt collector or credit collection agency, and they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount. An example would be, let's say that you have a unpaid card with Capital One for $1,000. Credit Control Corporation could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So, these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is one of the primary strategies that they have to get you to pay. However, what a lot of people don't know is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, whether it's paid or not. So, a lot of time, paying the debt isn't actually in your best interest, and honestly could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score further. Now, in addition to credit reporting, they may also send scary letters. They may call a lot, even calling your family members and colleagues. And I think it's important to mention here, too, that if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you again may be owed a lawsuit. So that's another situation that you want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Should you negotiate a settlement with Credit Control Corporation? Settling your debt with Credit Control Corporation really depends on your goal. Typically, I tell people if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't really the best option because even if you pay the collection, like I mentioned before, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, right? And continue to damage your score that whole time. The better option, I think, is to work with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, then the accounts may be removed entirely. And this truly is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's honestly perfect. So how do you remove Credit Control Corporation from your credit report? So it works like this. The Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. I want to say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. I'm not saying you shouldn't learn how to do it. Just be prepared that it may take weeks, maybe even months, learning how to do it properly. However, if you'd like to hire a professional to handle it for you, and that way ensure it's done properly the first time and save the extra time, well, we're happy to take care of it for you. We've dealt with Credit Control Corporation accounts many times, and they regularly have issues, and we've helped numerous clients deal with them, and we'd be happy to take care of it for you as well if you prefer. How can you get Credit Control Corporation to stop calling you? So, as I mentioned before, Credit Control Corporation calling you is their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, which ultimately means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Okay. I think we know which would be a better route. Will Credit Control Corporation try suing or garnishing my wages? Another kind of scary question, but I will say that Credit Control Corporation suing is unlikely. It can happen. It does happen, but in our experience, it's rare. Now, the reason is that there are a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win. It's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect at all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with Credit Control Corporation? So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Credit Control Corporation has purchased. Credit Control Corporation is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, FDCPA for short, and as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. Again, these acts can seem really complicated when you look at them, but they really provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use them properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, it's not a problem. You can just give us a call, and we can discuss your options, and we can do it together. Again, our number is in the description area below. So with that, thanks so much. We look forward to talking with you.